We are continuing our series of trying to get on every single limitless leaderboard with the top 25 usage rated decks. And since it's like more of it is a lot smaller of a tournament, capped at 64 people. I wanted to pick out a deck that was a lot lower usage rate because like I could win this whole tournament with a Charizard, and I wouldn't even get on the leaderboard. It's not even worth wasting my time. So I decided to go with a deck. I mean, it's been kind of on the rise lately, and that's Palkia. It's got 2 top 4s at regionals somehow. It doesn't seem like all that impressive of a deck on paper, but it does just kind of win games by being an okay deck, pretty consistent and applying pressure. So yeah, let's just see what the big deal with Palkia is. If it's like actually not the great of a deck, like if it's as good as it seems, or it's actually a pretty amazing deck. How about Goodra? Goodra, I don't think it. I mean, I'm not playing Goodra this format because I wouldn't play it for the challenge, and I don't think it's very like some of the decks on here I wouldn't play if it weren't for the challenge that I'm doing. I'm doing great late gaming. How about you? Yeah, I don't think Goodra lost a lot this format. Just Miraidon was always a bad matchup for you, and now it's in the conversation for best deck in formats. What's up, Casey? And like Gardevoir and Charizard with counter catch aren't even as good as they used to be. We're up against Giratina the first round. This is probably the deck's worst matchup. What we have going for us is Giratina is an absolute pile of bricks. Oh, Radiant Alakazam. Whoa. We're playing Gate LZB without Radiant Greninja. And we're still playing Water Energies. Dang. Sounds pretty cool though. Against Double Miraidon? You're on Zard, right? That sounds pretty free. Yeah, I've played Crab in a Lost Box before, but I've always played it with Greninja, and you just use the Sableye math to set up knockouts, or like Gardevoir damages themselves, so. Yeah, actually, even this format, I've played Lost Box with Crab. But playing lots of energies and no reading Greninjas sounds sketchy. But very cool idea. And Radiant Alakazam isn't a like awful attacker itself. Like it can do some pretty big damage sometimes. So this is like a little bit different of a Giratina list. Oh, I guess like they're playing Jirachi. There's no Iono, which is good. They're playing Manaphy and Jirachi. Like ideally for us to have a good chance in the matchup, they're not playing Manaphy. So we can like take 2 prizes while they're setting up. Then you can go Moonlight Shark and for 2, and then take your last 2. Just find your last 2. I have not seen that list for the Goldengo Palkia. If I can, like, I will eventually play Goldengo. So I just don't like even know where to start with that kind of deck. Like no one's really done well with it at all. Like it's had a couple like okay finishes. But I checked on Twitter this morning. I was like, okay, let me just search Twitter, see if I can find it. Couldn't find it. PokeStats, Limitless, PTCG Legends, none of them have it. It's a deck I'd love to see, like, how, like, it was a huge, massive tournament, got 3rd place, so it can't totally suck. Those lists, though, from that tournament made me cringe. We can look at some of them in between rounds, maybe, but that Arc Sabriora seems so underpowered. I don't know how you get top 8 with that. And even the winning Lost Box list was pretty jank in my opinion. I did have a pretty good Christmas. Pretty good Christmas for me is just yeah, watching all the NBA and NFL action, playing a little block lax on ladder, of course. It was a great day. I did nothing. I hope all you guys in chat had a very wonderful Christmas. I had a game playing stall last night where my opponent I won the game with 2 seconds left on my match timer. It was peak Pokemon content. I wish I would have got it recorded. VMAX, 4 different stadiums. Dang, yeah, you're definitely hitting Cramorant turn 1. Should be hitting Lost Mine fairly early too. Finally got the opponent to accept the match requests. I'm always paranoid that it's gonna like delete my deck or erase changes that I made to it, but good. Happened before. So this tournament's smaller tournament, only 6 rounds, no top cut. So if we want that leaderboard finish with Palkia, probably have to go 5-1, which is very doable. I was hoping just to totally dodge Tina today. But I guess Tina, just have it brick a little bit and we'll be fine. But you don't have amazing matches in Desard or Tina, so it's not great. I'm actually like, I'm playing the Suicune in my list. So I'm playing like Quad Melony for Ultra Ball. So is it ever correct to go second just to try to Suicune take the first knockout, try to have them have a worse setup? Or I just want that first turn of evolving. I'm gonna just play it safe and go first. I think there's a definite argument to going second. It would have been pretty nuts if we like open like a C-Pao and yeah, we would have been cooking there. Yeah, this is definitely a hand I wish I went second with. We are attach Irida pass. Oh no, we can't Irida, we just attach pass. We're gonna Irida for Vessel and Ice Rider and just start going in. Opponent gives me the smiley face. Oh man. Just bring it to League? Oh man, okay. I got a 151 Zapdos box. So I'll bring you the polls of that. Alakazam is certainly a wild deck. Rabbits for 750, yeah. It's always funny, way overkilling things with that card. Yeah, definitely should have been second. They're down 3 energies already in a retreat. Dang. Bro said no to energies. That's interesting because this is going to be a grindier matchup. Like, they have to Lost Impact full times. Okay. Vessel off the top is pretty cool. Definitely getting the Ice Rider. And then what else do we want? So I want Ultra Ball for like Fish for next turn. Or Nest Ball for Radiant Greninja. Yeah, I think I like that just to get moving a little bit. Like, Ice Rider's guaranteed to live for a turn. So I guess they did bench lock themselves out of Manaphy, and there's 2 potential prize cards there. The Energy Switch in hand. We got stuff happening if we can just like get a Palkia, find a supporter. I guess that is a Palkia, kind of in a roundabout way. That is a Palkia. Alright, Ride of the Hiking, taking a prize, and they can't ever knock out this Ice Rider next turn. In a best of 1 tournament, I would not play Snorlax, but in best of 3, I think it's a like you kind of have to know the meta a little bit. But I like if you like playing Vloglax, like I have a like if I can get to a best of 3 cup like quarter 3 before rotation, I'm probably gonna play some Vloglax. I mean, there was a tournament today. It's at 1. It's not a very big one. You played all the variants you really like. Sable's are. You're trying to figure out how to get better. Aside from just the obvious of practice a lot, I don't want to knock out this Tina. Kind of. It gives them Roxanne. If I say they Roxanne, they're not using Requiem, so it's probably okay. Let's get that. Maybe an Ultra Ball as well. I need like tandem unit on a water Pokemon. Rotation making block like speed. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm gonna get down to Mew EX. Like, I just want to have that protection off of Roxanne, like, force him to also have Path. This prize map, well, actually, I kind of want to get on a Palkia, though. Otherwise, I'm sort of in an awkward spot. Maybe I actually just get rid of everything. Yeah, this doesn't seem too bad. Let's keep the rope around. Otherwise, they can just go counter catcher. All my energies will be gone. So let's do that. Let's max Lance. Then Radiant Greninja finds a prize and sets up 13 for the knockout. Then we Palkia for the game, right? Just how we drew it up. So like getting better with Sables are like aside from the obvious of just get a ton of reps in with the deck. I know James Cox on his channel had a video where he had a guide about it. So that might be worth checking out. I guess you can watch like some of the stream games from Stuttgart just because it won the tournament there. You could watch some of the stream games to see how the person who played it, person who won with it played the deck. It'll be interesting to see how Block ages because it loses Peonia. So you kind of have to what's it like, you have to like thicker counts of stuff. Well, every deck gains Prime Catcher, and Prime Catcher is a switch and a Gust card, so it probably is a slight bump for Block Lax, but it's like probably not like a substantial kind of upgrade. They got the mana feed down, dang it. But they're only at 8, so they just hit this guy for 280. That's like pretty bad. You already have counter catcher, so I don't think like Prime Catcher is like actually like that massive of an upgrade. Lets you be more aggressive early, I suppose. I lost impact. So we this is awkward a little bit. There goes the Mew. They're down to so many energies. So I think I want to force like another impact or a portal here. Not portal. Requiem, and then we go in with the Ice Rider to try to close out here. Yeah, Lost Box is a lot of fun to play. That is definitely true. Let's observe. Vacuum is kind of nice. But what do I... How do we play this? Suppose I could knock out technically, like if I found Chien-Pao. Yeah. I kind of want my own Iono for next turn. Let's go ahead and pop Star Portal. That's... I've been the Energy Switch. I was like, oh, this could be interesting, but yeah, I discarded it. So that could be kind of bad for me. Let's go ahead and bench the Suicune just so like it's out of hands. Do I want to hold this for the potential draw? Like, I'm never actually attacking with Radiant Greninja. That's probably fine. I maybe could have held that portal, honestly, and tried to go for like the Cross Cologne to win the game. It's just so many cards, and I want to make sure I'm not getting bodied by like a Roxanne plus Path. But also, like, Radiant Greninja, yeah, I potentially could have played that out. It's gonna be tough for them to, let's see, they have 9 energies, total 11. Dang, that's just so many. But they probably have just enough, right? Like, they can, if they have grass, that's checkmate. They play 3 grass, and there's 1 in the Lost Zone, 1 attached. They probably have just enough to get there. Yeah, this matchup's so difficult. Well, wait, they play the 2 boss. They probably throw 2 off the active. Did I ever just throw Ninja in their face and just be like, yeah, knock me out, try. Like, go ahead, buddy. Like, they don't have any psychics. Well, they have one psychic left. They could attack with Sableye. Boss. That's pretty cool. I can't do a lot with it. Pass. Because they play... I guess Rope wins them the game. Or that works too. Darn. That match is very, very tough though. Not one I expect to win, especially when I don't get to set up like I want to. Like ideally I'm threatening. Well, I even had like the early knockout with like the Ice Rider on its 2 prior. I just didn't have a very well established board after that. You just really struggle to find prizes in the late game against Tina. Alright, so not off to a great start, but I honestly don't expect to beat Giratina. Yeah, and also just not miss it. Well, they had to be seeking that one turn. Like, they didn't have everything, but yeah. Certainly drew a lot better than I did. Oh yeah, I think post-rotation Lost Box just adds Switch instead of Escape Rope. And that should be okay. Yeah, maybe Jet Energy becomes more of a staple. Lost Vita. Yeah. It is second most popular deck today. 8 out of 64 people. Interesting cast of characters here near the bottom. Actually, 4 Palkias. Like that's what I kind of don't get about Palkia. Like, it does well. I know it like can kind of scam these like supposedly bad matchups just because it's pretty consistent and has ways that it can be super aggressive. But like on paper, the 40% into Charizard and like the 35% into Tina is just kind of unappealing. But rough open, dang. Yeah, so I think just like looking at the numbers on paper, it doesn't really like make a ton of sense why this deck does well. Because like these against 3 of the top decks in format, like 3 of the 4 top decks, you're taking pretty substantially unfavored matchups, and you kind of like the decks that you do best against, like Roaring Moon, like the Roaring Moon's Chien-Pao, Iron Valiance, Lost Box, like not super relevant. Yeah, I don't think like just looking at the data, it doesn't look bad, but I agree that like Ice Rider, like some of this online data right before people played Ice Rider or just don't know how to use it right. So I think that smash is probably better. It's probably not still amazing, but it's probably still winnable. I was playing it a little on ladder prior, and Charizard felt okay. It's just like I want to put Barrel into this list just because it's like I want to have that late game draw. Yo, what's up, XYZ? But like just a 1/1 Barrel is just so easy to get Lost Mind, get counter catchered. So I throw Articuno in here to like try to maybe steal a couple turns. Since most are cutting switches, but it could be kind of cope. Just you don't get like thin through your deck a ton either when you've like sort of like your supporter cards are good, but they're just like not letting you see a ton of cards. So you do like a lot of clunk in your deck by the end of the game. Like you're not usually like sub to, like I had a game earlier and like I'm just like Irida or Melony every single turn. I was at like 26 cards when they played their first like Iono to 3, so it's just like, well, I have a lot of dead cards in here. Yeah, that's pretty tough. I got a Zapdos EX box. I got some sleeves. I got a new backpack. I was very happy about that. Yeah. That's what like I really wanted to try out this deck today because it like looks fun. But I just on paper you don't seem all that impressive. But like neither does Well, I mean, kind of Miraidon felt the same way pre-Iron Hands. But, I mean, it doesn't feel the way anymore now that you have Iron Hands to race those single prize decks. Well, I just, like, I just wanted a new backpack because the one I used for Pokemon is small and stuff, so. Oh, you gave me a message? I got you, Elijah. Oh, that is really cool. That's hilarious. Well, but I just wanted a new backpack because like I can't really fit all my Pokemon stuff that I take traveling in my old one, so it's just nice to have a nice bigger one. It's also not blue either, so it's like not getting dirt. Like light blue gets dirty with like it shows every kind of dirt on it, and I've used it for so many years that it's like can't really wash it. But also it's just kind of gross. Rapid Box is not. Hey, in my opinion, Rapid Box is not underwhelming. It's kind of weird in like the opposite reason, Moon. Like its matchup spread's insanely good, but the deck don't work most of the time, so it's just like, well, so what having a good matchup um if you don't set up most of the time. But Palkia is like kind of the opposite way. Like it sets up a lot, it just doesn't like beat decks that just draws you raw against it. You can swing with Chien-Pao sometimes. It just like you have to like Melony and build energies into play and then Star Portal and one shot everything. It's not easy, but it is a potential option. Like that last game, like you being able to use power to like one shot that first Tina would have been pretty awesome. But we just didn't have as good of a setup as we would like. Yeah, I agree. I think if Rapid Strike setup, if Rapid Strike was even slightly more consistent, it would be in the conversation for best second format. Like really, its only bad matchup is Mew and Tina, but Tina's winnable. It's yeah, I agree. I'm like I got you see Palkia on the official streams doing well, and it's just like, well, this deck seems kind of fun. I like, and it does well, so it can't be bad. I would have happily clapped a block lax. That is. I think like the block lax match. Oh, you can Blaziken face the Palkia. Like Cape to Mimikyu sounds like it'd be annoying. Mars, well, Moon's a fake deck. I'm not worried about rewarding Moon if we're going to a regional. Online, yes, you can't like ignore Moon, but Moon's probably like a 5% deck IRL. Yeah, Miraidon definitely doesn't have like a horrible Rapid Strike match. If the Rapid Strike player just gets to play the game, it's really not that bad and doesn't open Inteleon. No, that's tough. That matchup seems interesting since like the Block Lax player has so many well the Palkia player has so many switches, but like Mimikyu's annoying, and they don't like they have Pokemon that can get trapped, but still they can, like if they fill out their board with like all attackers, it could definitely get weird. Yeah, hands on Intel is definitely tragic. But yeah, like Mew can get stuck. Even Pao is not something you want to be swinging with repeatedly. They're playing Judge, dang, that would be really, really rough for you. But they just have so many switches. Like they have 2 switch outs from the switchers, 2 from the actual switches, 2 from the ropes, and 1 for Cologne. Oh, true, true. Yeah, so you kind of have to like deploy Mimikyu carefully. But yeah, this and the judges too, just to make it hard for you to build your hand and path. Don't hate each other next rounds. I would take that. It'd be an interesting game. What is we headed for a 2 drop? Yeah. We're not O2 dropping though, I'm sorry. Plot armor has been activated. Yeah, Misfortune's sisters exist, but it's gonna be hard for you to keep gusting every single turn with Spiritomb down, like also finding your sisters and whatnot. Suicune gets no love. I'm playing Suicune today. I think it's a niche option in this deck to be able to apply pressure turn 1. Because like against single prize stuff, you're just like not always prize trading super well. But if Suicune can come in and be like a 2-for-2 early, then Greninja takes 2. Like it's certainly manageable. So it's like not like a super overpowering card, but it's just nice for like early aggression. At least gives you an option going second, so you aren't just like bench all my stuff pass. But I wonder if I like should have gone for that first game against Tina. Like I know my opening hand like wasn't like able to attack with the Suicune. And I guess you kind of have to have like a pretty good hand to get there, like probably open Mew or just Battle VIP water energy and stuff. Yeah, it's tough to fit everything because I think Zard's like probably like a 40-60. Like Palkia like can trade decently for the early game. Especially if they have to bench something like a Rotom or a Lumineon. It's just like Iono hurts this deck so bad. And like even just I don't think not playing like a 1/1 barrel even does anything. I don't Well, I think a good Tina list, or most Tina lists, don't play Manaphy, so Cologne's kind of irrelevant. It's more so just Roxy and Path just hurts this deck so bad. Thank you, Larry. My crit just was pretty good, Blaziken. I didn't do a whole lot. I just kind of chilled, but it was fun. I don't know though, because then they just like vacuum knockout. After you've taken 1 prize, and like feels kind of bad to actually allow that early 2 prize knockout. Like it doesn't get value there. I don't know. I'm very inexperienced with Palkia, so I don't really know how all the matchups goes. I'm doing great, Mike. We're chilling, playing some Palkia. Just hopefully we'll not be facing Giratina again. So how many, like, what percentage of these Tinas are playing Manaphy? Most of them. Over half of them. Ancient Booster Capsule. Oh, it's a Roaring Moot. What? Yeah, that'd be very broken if V-Star could go to anything. Yeah, because he can Star Portal to an Iron Hands. Have I seen the new cards? Yes, I have. Yeah, Sablezard doesn't mind path too much. A late game Iono path can sometimes get difficult, but yeah, for the most part, like for a large majority of the game, it don't care. Yeah, Walking Wake is not great. Someone hit me up and it's like, yo, Blitzle, it's Cloth 2.0, and it's just like, or well, multiple people actually are just like, yo, it's Cloth again, Blitzle. And I'm not super optimistic about it. Yeah, the damage output kind of sucks. But the other ones, I think, Gouging Fire has like an interesting. I'm hitting 260 with Sada. Maybe you could do something with like there's like a Rapidash and Silver Tempest, so maybe that can like fix your math some. Also gets energy into the discard pile. But I think whatever the fake Raikou is the best one. It's with Sada and Sandy Shocks. Giving a Big Blounds vibes. Smash loses to half the format. Raging Bolt's gonna suck. I feel like it could definitely fall into the bucket of just like cool 2 prize deck that trades well with other 2 prizers, but just scoops to single prizers. But I think a lot of this ancient and future stuff like trending towards big basics. So something like a big basic that trades with a other two prices as well. Could be a solid play. Yeah, and it could be amazing for Quasza Lost Box 2.0. Well, I wouldn't be worried about you do not lose to Zard. What? You don't lose to Zard. I wouldn't be worried about Palkia or Moon usage rate wise. And Gardevoir is very winnable. And Lost Boxes. I don't think you use Zard. Like Zard's your best matchup. You love. No. We can rehash this. Of all Zard lists that have made day 2 in all major tournaments, we have 10% of them are playing Minior. Stop getting clapped round 2, absolutely. There are more people playing yeah, how is a Mew like that low percentage? That card's busted. Thinking 70, that's just online people who do not want to lose to block locks. IRL, it's gonna be less. And I beat a Minior the other day. Like you just you use Indeedee, my friends, and send it to the Lost Zone. I beat an Arctida on ladder yesterday because I lost in their score, but it was wonderful. Yeah, people online just do not want to lose to block lags, so they'll tech like everything for it. But it's like a 5% deck IRL, so you really shouldn't be teching for it. Or like teching a specific hard counter. Like also Lax has ways to outplay it. Like I feel like you're kind of trolling yourself if you're just like, okay, I'm gonna tech Minior when 2 of the top 16 lists of Snorlax do not lose to Minior. Like just play a better card. Just get some help. Well, I mean, it is seniors, so who knows? I don't know how rational seniors are with a tech card. If that's more like local levels, like I'm a tech for everything. But like if you can just win like the first couple rounds, like dodge the jank, and then like those people who are way over teching are not going to do very well. So like eventually their brickiness will catch up to them. Or we have the Garchomp EX deck with Lucario from Brilliant Stars. So this thing attaches energy from the discard power, right? Yeah, 160. And then we have Lucario, which does a ton more for each damage counter, or for each energy it has on it. 60 more since 5. I feel like Cross Cologne should be pretty good here. You got the vibe? Busted deck. Well, yeah. Sometimes like goofy super teched out decks do well, but that's like more than the exception than the norm. Roy Moon with Iron Hands? That, I mean, it does exist. It got day 2 at San Antonio. One of the people from my local area lost their win into day 2 with it. It certainly exists. So I'm very interested to see how this Garchomp matchup goes. Hey, we're both Irida decks. Let's playing 2 paths. It should be interesting. I do not trade very well with Garchomp, but I guess neither. They don't trade very well with me. So maybe like Moonlight Shuriken can take a couple early prizes, and then like I guess we can't like Moonlight. It's hard to Moonlight Shuriken and Chien-Pao for the knockout in the same game. So this will be quite interesting. Do they play any switches? Could like Articuno even come in here? Okay, they do play 2 switches. I'm like, is there any way Articuno comes up? But yes, unfortunately. That'd be pretty funny. But I guess they only play two, so maybe there's a way. Moon Hands is a bad deck. How would I approach the Zard matchup with Palkia? That is a great question. I think that you want to, like, if you can get the early Cross Cologne, knock out their Charmanders, awesome. Like, or if they whiff Manaphy turn one, because sometimes they won't be able to like find two passes, get all their stuff down. Obviously, yeah, look for the early Greninja. I'm playing Articuno from Silver Tempest as a way to paralyze them and potentially be able to steal a turn that way, since most lists are not playing switches or maybe only playing one, so it's like not ultra reliable. But like Palkia can two-shot trade go pretty early. It's certainly not a matchup that sounds awesome. Like if you can't Moonlight Shuriken early, then building up energies in play to like Chien-Pao through the first Zard could be a good call. It kind of fluctuates like depending on how you set up and how they set up. Like you're gonna be like different opportunities for like certain like there's a lot of different ways you can go about it. Prize the Cologne, no. And boss and my other rope. I'm not worried about getting knocked out. Let's go and get the Radiant Greninja. I guess I could grab Mew and go like rope. Let's actually just see what we get here first. Pass, wonderful. Almost get on a Mew. Another Palk. Then we rope. Like I'd rather sit behind a one prizer initially than I'll have him smack a Palkia one time. Okay, I don't want to bin the C-Pal, but also I don't want to bench it either. I think we can Vessel out. I don't only want one though, so I can attach, draw the other ones off the other side here. I don't want to bench the C-Pal, it's just, I don't know. I mean, they didn't have a terribly impressive turn one. But I guess they went first, so they did stuff. They drew cards. They had energies in hands. That is 5 item cards. This is interesting. I'm thinking Cross Switcher. I'd even Ultra Ball and an Irida in hand to find Pokemon. And it could be a good option to just Cross Switch or whatever they like. If they totally load up Lucario, just Gust to knock out all those energies. I don't think you can technically win the tournament place again from 0-1, but you still could win some codes, I think, if you went 5-1. So I got the Lucario down, so it's out of Moonlight Shuriken range. Irida setting up pretty well here. How much does the Garchomp actually attack for? Is it 1 energy? Yeah, the main attack is just 1 energy. You can also Sonic Dive's not nearly as good. Yeah, and the mana feed down. So yeah, we're gonna just take out this guy. I guess they're doing 160. So they're two-shotting me. This is gonna be a very interesting matchup. It's like I think eventually knock out with C-Pal. Their hand isn't ultra impressive. So I can get the dude, VSTAR, and Switcher, because I think I priced, no, I didn't price the Switcher, I priced Cologne and Boss. The other gusting cards, of course. I kind of want to ninja this. I get 3 in the discard pile, and this hand's just kind of weak. More energies, wonderful. Let's do that. We can bench another Palkia, bro. It gives us the sad face. Let's go. Yeah, that's kind of the issue about like energy accelerating attacks, especially to lower HP Pokemon. That just happens. Hey, that's pretty awesome. that's partially how I've gotten a lot of my credits, because locals who don't play the game have given me codes. Because there are those like local collectors who just like rip a ton of packs, but they just like don't play. They don't play the game, so you can trade. You can get a good deal on the codes. Okay. I don't just a hydro launcher. Yo, if we could get to the C-Pao knockout, that'd be crazy good. They don't play a share or anything to heal, so I'm just like two-shotting, and that's like good. Ultra Ball. That is C-Pao. Can't Echoing Horn for anything meaningful. I think it's still worth just getting rid of it. Or holding on to it, I mean. Same thing. Okay. I'd like to find a switch to be able to preserve the energy. Yo, that's cracked. This is insanely good. So then we chill. Even though we only have two in the discard pile. Oh, we can conceal cards one, and this is how it's supposed to go. This is more like it. So we can take this knockout and have a backup Palkia all ready to go. I have Melony in hands. This does not feel so bad now. I can keep an energy on the active power to like still swing with it. We need 6. Well, actually, I don't want to get rid of 2 off the bench guy. That feels kind of bad. So let's get 2 off of this, 3 off the active, and then 1 off the bench one. Yeah, because that'd be 360. 5 would only be 300. Mathing. Let's go. So yeah, we actually needed this switch there to take that knockout. Was fortunate for 5. Feels good. That's what it feels like to be good at the game. Insane. That was like my one big C-Pao hit I get for the game. But then like Garchomp's damage output is so underwhelming that you just hit me. Oh, I guess they could go for their second attack and snipe that Pao. That's not bad. Discard 2 energies. It's pretty solid for them actually. I'm down 6 energies. I just have 1 left somewhere. That means they're not building up a Lucario. So how are we trying to finish out this game? So, but they get down the Riolu, so actually do they go for the Hydrolander? No, Disconic Dive. That makes a lot of sense. That's the better play for them. Is anything worth like Echoing Horn back another Riolu to bench lock them out with another Dragonite potentially? Or just Collapsed Stadium? Okay. Let's Shivery Chill, get the last water out of the deck. Actually, it's prize, right? Yeah. It's not in there. Okay. Go ahead and do that. We can grab Palkia VSTAR. Seems good. It's either that or Mew, but I think he is a little better. So we're always taking at least 1 prize here, getting back onto even prizes. Yeah, looks like that's what we'll be going for. Probably gonna give me the rate. Actually, you can probably give me Mana Feed since I popped Star Portal. Yeah, I definitely do not need Mana Feed anymore, so we can subspace. I would like to draw my boss off the prizes, because, well, that would be interesting. How do we... Alone. Thanks for nothing. So, boss is like one of my 2 remaining prizes. I probably... Like, I don't have great odds of finding boss to win, like, off an Iono to win the game, but I could get Mew EX down and just, like, punch the Garchomps up a backup Pal. Actually, my water's still in the prizes. So, ooh, and an Iono PAL would be really annoying. No, boss trying to trap me. Or no, knocking out the... Oh. Actually, don't you... I feel like the correct play is to... Like, if you want to boss something up, it's to Hydrolander the ninja, so you're just... You can win the game on the next turn. How's it going, Zid? We're doing fine. It's an interesting vibe playing Palkia. It feels good, but I don't know if it is good or not. They just slapped me. I still have... Do I have a rope left as well? No, both are gone. And I just want to like switch or knock out the Lucario. Just either rip boss or water off the prizes. Let's grab that. Let's grab that. Yeah, it's an interesting experience. Like, not something I'm used to. I can't tell if it's good or not, but it's an experience. And then we can collapse off the Chien-Pao. So they basically just wasted a whole turn. Boom. So hopefully I can rip boss up the prizes. Water would be okay though. Okay. We're not complaining. We're not complaining. Finishing this game is gonna get weird. If they can set up another Garchomp. Iono to 1. Classic move. You cannot play Cross Switcher if everyone has 0 bench. Because the first effect, doesn't it read like you switch, and then if you can do that, then you get the switching effect. Yeah, so you can kind of exploit those Cross Switchers if you have one Pokemon in play. So I rotted back in... Is that more Garchomp stuff? Or no, more Riolu stuff, I mean. And a Fighting Energy. Counter Catcher, the other Palkia probably. That's not bad, actually. No Ninja. So they're going to try to do the thing that I was... Dang. Should I just hit the Palkia? No, I couldn't have. I was stuck. Yo, we're not in that amazing of a spot if they hit a Riolu. Please no. Ultra Ball. Gets in there. And boss is the last prize. If we have boss, then this is not that bad. Dang. Or rope or anything. Well, that's awesome, Blaziken. That's... So, they need 5 energies to knock out with Lucario, right? Yes. What is their... Okay, what's their energy count? 10 fighting. And you have 9 committed. So you have to take your last fighting plus your last Lucario. Okay. Dang, not ripping boss up the prizes is so sad. Maybe get another attacker set up. I'm gonna hold the... Well, do I need to hold the energy? Actually, how many switches have they spent? 0. Okay, I was like, ooh, do we ever... Yo, Wild Freeze could be the play, though. I think it is. Because, like, if they switch out, they're putting something else in the active. A single prizer. So that just means they also need boss switch. Okay, Wild Freeze. I've been to the Echoing Horn though, right? Dang, that could be really good about now. Had the Lucario straight up. And like Roaring Resolve finds the energy. Watch them just have switch boss as their 2 cards in hands. Yeah, what regionals am I attending? I'm going to try to get to Indianapolis, Orlando, and NAIC. That's my, at least the plan. I have to say plan because of how San Antonio wins. Use Sydney and already the switches in hand. Busted. I do have 2 switches in their list, and we haven't seen one yet. And Subspace Swell is only hitting for... Okay, they're probably gonna retreat and just hit me for the knockout. Yeah, we lose. Subspace only hits 240. Boss being the last prize is so cringe. I don't think there's anything that we can do here. Because Lucario is one-shotting everything on our board. We don't get to draw any cards. Oh man. O2 with Palkia. Well, it kind of confirms my suspicions with the deck. Not that we've faced like 2 very amazing matchups. This game easily could have gone differently had Boss not been the last prize. Or we, I mean, I used a rope early to get back into Mew, and maybe that wasn't the play. But dang. Palkia feels so mid. Like, I don't think the deck, like... Why does it really beat, honestly? Like, all that convincingly. Like, it's definitely fun to play. Like, any Cross Switcher deck always feels cool to play. But it just doesn't feel all that strong. Like, how is this getting 3rd place at a regionals? I mean, I probably win that game if Boss is not my last prize card. That's not your fault. Did you make me prize Boss's orders? Oh, then ban. It's not your fault. I feel like if we're losing to stuff like Garchomp Lucario, we shouldn't be taken too seriously. Am I making a full length? Yes. I haven't made too many lately, but I've been like streaming more and stuff, so I haven't necessarily had the time. And it was like using a lot of my like content creation time for testing for San Antonio, so like that's kind of why there wasn't anything for like a month or so. But yeah, I'm not terribly impressed with Palkia in terms of like overall viability. Very cool deck, but I just don't think it's all that good. Like, just out of curiosity, what did the person who got top 4 face? Because I know they beat a Charizard on stream, but I'm pretty sure they just like brick them with Tomb like multiple times or something. Or at least one game I remember watching them brick them with a Tomb. Because I know the first guy faced a ton of Miraidon, just clapped that like every single time. But let's see. I'm facing 2 Entei Valiants is pretty good. Lots of Mews, yeah. But still actually had a win 2-1 against Zard. But that's like a pretty favorite, like only one bad matchup in day 2. I mean, just pretty much dodge Tina, which is kind of the big part. Until the very end. So then it's that's how things unraveled. But yeah, I guess probably why Palkia doesn't do so well online is Mew's just so underplayed for whatever reason. And it's like 9%, 10% deck IRL, which would deck you a pretty good matchup against. I mean, even like facing 2 Enteis. But only facing 1 Miraidon and still did quite well. Quite interesting. But like I'm sure the other people, like let's see, like the other people who played Palkia, I'm sure I think there's like one that got like 76th place or something. Like, did they just face like a lot more Tita? It was there was one here somewhere. I know. um, was it misreported? I swear there was another one around here somewhere. I don't think it got top 64. No, I gotta look. Tragedy. You know what? It would just be easier. We're gonna click on Palkia. Okay, it was 117 points. I was not totally cringe. So this person 951, like still a solid record, but yeah, I hit 2 Tinas. Still had a solid record against Zard, but yeah, faced 2 Tinas. Like Miraidon's still close. Gardevoir's still close. So yeah. But if you face a ton of Mews and 2 Iron, like you face 3 Mews, 2 Iron Valiants, a Chien-Pao. Yeah, there's definitely a path for this deck succeeding. It doesn't have like it doesn't have just all bad matchups. Like this person, he started off really good. Oh man, lost to a Mew. Actually beat a Tina. But like if your day is gonna consist of mostly Lost Box, Mew, and I guess Miraidon, you're fine, I guess. But like Zard and Tina are just taking negative matchups to 2 of the probably top 3 decks in format feels really bad. I don't think you can like reliably do that and succeed this format. But hey, it's done it twice. It's top 4 2 regionals, and like you can kind of scam those decks like sometimes, but it's like can't be bad. Like Tina's probably like a 30-70. Like it's very bad. And like Zard's probably like a 40-60. But still, I don't want to be unfavored into 60 or not, into like 18% of the room. And I could probably like close to 30 if you include Tina. Like I'm sure Tina's on the rise post San Antonio, like in terms of IRL usage rate. Switcher's hands box beats them both. Yeah, Lost Box, like classic Lost Box is pretty good in the mirror. Zard though is probably a little more sketch. Turns out Charizard is just a pretty good deck. So I wonder if we went 4 and 2, like what's the best place we could get? Top 8, maybe. No, it's like not even gonna happen since my resistance is so bad. I'll ride it out a couple more rounds. Ride it out, see what I did there, Ice Rider. Hopefully we don't get a no-show though, like we can actually get to play Pokemon. That was quite literally bottom table. Sad. But hey, part of this challenge is playing bad decks. But after playing it for these first couple games and a little ladder prior, I'm like not terribly impressed with the deck. Like my outsider perspective is like, okay, this deck has to be decent. It just feels like so mediocre. Like I don't know like why, like unless you just like a super comfort pick and you didn't feel good about playing anything else, like why you play Palkia. Like what would the meta have to be? Like I guess like the post LEIC meta. Like Zard didn't do great, and like it was like Valiant Miraidon finals. Like okay, that's where Palkia is pretty good. But now that things have kind of like I guess if there's like Blocklex, Valiant, and Miraidon in your area and like some CPAP, then you can probably scam the occasional Charizard and be good enough. It's yeah, consistently mid for sure. And Miraidon Turbo is slowly creeping up past Miraidon Flaffy. Even if I would have played this tournament with a block, it would have been bad. We would have hit Tina round 1. This probably would have been manageable with only 2 switches and barrel Radiant Greninja Manaphy that we could have trapped. Round 2 curse, absolutely. Boss was quite literally the, yeah, boss was my last prize. That's peak round 2 curse moment. Nah, Palkia is just beyond. Palkia has skill expression, and but it's not play a lot. Hold up, it's like it's online and IRL. It's probably yeah, it's like 1% online and probably 3% or something like that in real life. Hold up. Yeah, my last prize was boss, and if it wasn't, we'd probably win. Yeah, Manure isn't straight up an auto loss because like they still have to keep piling energies on it sometimes, and like Mimikyu exists that can just like soak some hits occasionally and force them to put energies elsewhere. It's like not straight up auto. Like if they're playing Manure and Tool Jammer, then yes, it feels really bad. But if it's just Minior, it's manageable. Yeah, because it can tank 3 hits. And if then they like want to like retreat back into a Charmeleon, that's fine. They just lost quite a few energies. And they probably play 1 rod that you could just Sisters and mill. Honestly, like I saw the when I was building my Palkia list, I like saw the list from Gdansk that did the best. Not Gdansk, Stuttgart, and I was just and I saw like the path. So like maybe that's how you will work this part. You're just like full on scam mode against Charizard like with paths. I don't know, it still feels really bad. Maybe yeah, there has to be like some judges in here. Then we can go full judge path scam mode. Yeah, if you can Sisters and mill their vacuums and rods and stuff. Alright. We're into the Lunarock, let's go. And maybe so like how high is the bar on the Palkia leaderboard? Could like a 10th place finish get there? No. Well, maybe. I don't know. There's like a lot of scuffed placements on here. It's Palkia after all. Yeah, Ninja. Oh, now we all can like Ninja like once. The Mewtwo EX is quite scary. There's a lot of cards in here. Did my opponent show up last round, or are we just destined for a no-show? Okay, they did show up, so they at least played their last round. They did show up. Cool. We get to play Pokemon today. You won't prevail? I hope so. If Palkia is losing to Lunarock, then we gotta have yeah, I would delete the deck today if this loses to a Lunarock. We'll just ditch Palkia. Well, but the ninja should get knocked out. Then what happens? I don't play Rod or anything. The list from San Antonio did play Rod, but I just wanted to play third Palkia instead because prizing one of your 2 Palkia sounds really weird, and also, I mean, you could prize them both and you pretty much instantly lose. I see this Lunatone Solrock. I gotta see this. I gotta see what this is. If this is a peak cooking or not. Alright, let's go. Oh, it's that one. Oh, you're against Chandler. Busted. I thought you were talking about like the attacking Lunatone in Solrock. Peak cooking. You did tell me you wanted to cook Arcpiles, Chan. I didn't think you were actually serious. I probably should go second in this matchup and try to Suicune, but yeah. Pretty good hands. Triple battle pass. Go back to 100 after break, correct? Okay. I kind of have to go back into the C-Pow though, just to get some energies in hands and start. Well, I could go back into Mew, or Baby Mew. Except it's not there, so never mind. Never mind that. Well, I think I saved the last bench spot. What else would I go for? Yeah, I want to save it. I think. Yeah, I could go for Palkia, I guess. That just feels kind of weird. If we have like Heavy Ball, I could find Mew. So let's do this first. Okay, not a lot, but that's okay. It's stuff. Yeah, well, playing Palkia feels kind of demoralizing, so. Avery, sheesh. Bye, Mew. Yeah, losing to Garchomp EX because boss is your last prize feels very demoralizing. I'm thinking that Palkia is in a fraudulent deck tier. Does anyone even think it's a real deck? Can you do anything that can hit Mimikyu in your deck, Jen? Cause I saw like Pidgeot EX and stuff, but like I feel like Kate's Mimikyu just like farms you. You're playing like not the attacking Luna rocks. Yeah, this should be a Lost City actually, chat. We just Lost City both Soul Rocks. Oh, that Charm busted card. Do they have an attack? Can they knock me out? No, they can't do anything. Oh no, so sad. Let's Shivery. Oh, there's Greninja. Okay, I didn't really look too closely at the list, so. Greninja can still cook. Sure. It's thin. What's concealed? Because I would rather play Irida if I find it. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Well, no, I want an Ultra so I can get more energies down. Knockouts, knock out both Soul Rocks. Or did I just knock out this guy? I probably just knock out the active. Just take the energies out. They can't damage me. They just like don't do any damage. And then like next turn we go for the I'm pretty sure if I just keep energies out of play, I just can't lose. Started playing Raihan? No. And it wouldn't have mattered at all. You still get farmed in San Antonio. I stopped playing San Antonio. Got bodied by American Airlines. I still got farmed by Athena. Because yeah, Path is good. And then boss was my last prize against Garchomp EX, so not doing so good. Palkia is like that deck that seems so cool when other people play it, but when you actually pick it up, it doesn't feel that good. Yeah. Got absolutely farmed against my auto loss American Airlines. Extremely tragic. Oh no, an escape rope. What am I gonna do? I'll just give you another. I'll just use Z-Power and get all my energies out of my deck. No. Vengeful Punch. I'm terrified. Oh yeah, I saw that tournament. I was like, oh, this tournament has some dope prizing. Let me join. I was like, oh no, code to enter. So I was like 30 packs for first. That's pretty good. But yeah. Yeah, Palkia's an interesting vibe. I just ninja now, and what do you do? Ooh, I even can take their Vengeful Punch away. That sounds really rude, so I want to do it. You interviewed the winner? Yeah, that sounds fun. Yeah, I just knock out Soul Rocket. The answer is no. Palkia I think is a lot better. I don't even know, because on paper it still seems bad. So it's a deck that exists. That's the best. It's just, yeah. There's no answer. It's Palkia. That's the best answer. Can it beat the meta? Absolutely. Can it get bodied by the meta? Absolutely. It's Palkia. 1 and 2, work our way back. Heck yeah. Bodying up a Lunar Rock real quick. E-Switch is about to go crazy here. Moon was right. Double Greninja wins. I expected their deck to work. And they don't even have the energies to attack. They have 2 down. Super odd. That's getting them nowhere. Yeah, I just knock out both Soul Rocks again. Or both, yeah. They threw energies back in? What are you doing? You need those. Okay, they just scooped. That is... Poor Lunarok. Remember when that was everywhere on ladder after Pokemon Go came out? Peak PTCG. Okay. Boom. Bro, like, what the heck? Bro's removing the report 1,000,000 times. Okay. Somebody's having a rough day, I think. Alright, well that was fast. We needed that. Like the only one that didn't no show. I guess there's one on the table. Cool. Yeah, maybe there's like some like crazy way, like some people drop and stuff, and we can get like top 8 prizing with this busted deck. Make the comeback? I don't know. Okay, I want to look at Chien's list. This was supposedly the sauce. It looks gross. 6 rounds, no top cut. This is a very cool concept. Wait, okay, but like we're playing Ninja. We're like pitching up. We're not playing Poppy. It's a very cool deck, but the problem I have with it is I don't think you actually beat anything. I like Arc Pop. Like this is the most like vanilla Arc deck possible. You're not decked for anything. I guess Raihan E-Switch. Like, I don't know though. I just like turn 2 Poppy or turn 3 Poppy's kind of cool. I guess maybe you scam Miraidon if you path first. Maybe you judge path as hard until they run out. Deck is gas. I, it's something. I don't. Yeah, I just don't know. I'm I'm not in a good position to judge here, considering I'm 1-2. Arc piles are super scuffed though, this format. They've been so scuffed for a while. I was thinking Arc Drago for this format. Because Noivern's attack plus path just kind of is pretty epic. Plus Judge. I wish there was like some way like Noivern could beat Giratina. Like a straight Noivern deck. Because like you can go solo Noivern against Miraidon. Miraidon like Judge Path spam against Zard. Against Guardy. Well, like you don't really beat anything else. Aside from like and like you probably could beat Mew, but it's by locking their energies out of play, playing hammers. But you're right, probably never beating Tina. Tina's just low-key busted this format. Yeah, when Tina sets up, it's a BDIF. We don't have to talk about the times when it doesn't set up. No. Yo, Goodra undefeated? Bro was just asking about Goodra earlier. I guess when you have this matchup spread, you should be 3-0, right? Yeah, that... Okay, makes sense. You're just kind of cool. Like, I guess you still should be like, beating Zard and Guardy. Yeah, I guess you should still be doing that. But, like, Miraidon being so much more popular sounds pretty bad. But, like, your bad matchup to Chien-Pao is now gone. I wonder if it's even worth it to play Zamazenso. Like, is it... Like, are you even beating Miraidon anyway? Because, like, they just... Like, if you're against Peony Miraidon and they hands on turn 1, like, you just kind of scoop. Like, what are you gonna do? Rolling Iron it? They just ride you and blow up your Goodra. Oh, you bench 2 Goodras? Like, I'll boss one and use Miraidon on it. I guess it's not easy for, like, Peony to boss on turn 2. Yeah, I just... As a big Goodra fan, I just don't know why you'd play the... Like, I guess you, like, have that good Zard matchup. But I don't think that, like, carries it in this format. Because you're not, like, beating much anything else. Like you're not beating Moon. You're good against 2 of the top 3 usage rate decks here on Limitless, but Guardy's like trending down in real life. But you beat Zard, Guardy, and that's probably it. And maybe like Lost Box Mirror. No, Lost Box Mirrors were always scuffed. Like it's by Jirachi, and that just sounds awful. I guess you probably can beat Rapid Strike and like Entei Valiant. And that's about it. You can beat 2 fringe decks. I guess Rapid Strike is probably not fringe, but you can beat like a fake deck, a lower usage deck, and then two of the big ones. That's, I guess, is that better than Palkia's just being mid into everything, just like having 1 really good matchup or 2 really good matchups? Yeah, what's better, being like super polarizing, having like a couple auto wins, and then like being bad the rest of the way, or just having 50-50s to slightly unfavored to slightly favors into like everything? That's kind of how Lost Box felt for a while. And I guess like Guardians pretty much always felt like that, like having 50-50s across the board. But that mentality, or I was off Lost Box for San Antonio just because I didn't like the matchup spread didn't feel like as good as it used to be, and like just being 50-50 instead of like slightly favored across the board, and like having that like mental aspect too, I didn't want to mess with it. Yeah, which I think I'd rather take all the 50-50s, but like a harder deck like Lost Box, I think there's kind of the trade there. Like if you play bad, they're obviously not 50-50s. Okay, 13 minutes left. So what do we have out of 3-0? You know? guess it's like probably not a great bracket near the top for me anyway. I mean, I would take, dang, Rose hit all the Zards and an Alakazam at 1-1. Dope deck. Playing Zatsu for the acceleration. Well, when Paradox Rift first came out, I wanted to like try like Evo TM Alakazam. It just, you don't do any damage. So against a deck that like doesn't get bodied by Klefki or Mimikyu, you just like can't beat it. You just like don't like Gardevoir, just like, okay, you've turned off my Mew. I just Mirage Step, and then what do you do? Or even like Charizard does not care at all. Well, it doesn't care too much about Mischievous Lock. It cares some. I guess Mimikyu is like the bigger threat. But Alakazam, like they play 3 boss. So they're just bossing your Alakazam and taking 2 prizes on it. 3 times. I mean, maybe you just go solo Mimikyu in that matchup. You just go like drop the 3 Mimikyus and just be like, beat this. But then there's like they just go Charmeleon. So yeah, I don't think there's. I mean, I like the unique effects like Alakazam, like bringing more variety. Like Alakazam has to be one of the most unique cards ever made. And like if they would have just overstated this card, it'd be super toxic. So I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing that it's not great. Like if the second attack is like 3 energies, 220 or something. I mean, there's still the issue of attaching energies to it, I guess. But it's being able to like one-shot a V and sit behind Klefki's is kind of insane. That would be. It probably. I mean, you're still getting farmed by Zard. But yeah, it's okay. Alakazam can be cool and bad. It's alright. It would be awesome to see like Alakazam eventually become good. There'd probably be like some super insane thing for it to sit behind. I know we got that new what's it called, Fluttermane, that it could sit behind, but it's kind of like a worse Klefki in a way. Like sometimes it'll be better than Klefki, sometimes it will be worse. Because it does show off evolutions, but only the active is kind of annoying. Like it's not that hard to play around. If they just should have reprinted Wobbuffet, that'd be kind of busted this format. Like what does Zard do if it can't like at least like Klefki like quick search around it and eventually start setting up and going. But yeah. What kind of wall would Alakazam need? Homemade checks makes this fire. Agreed. No Guardi's popping off this tourney. There's 2 of them at 3-0. Pretty good deck. Pretty nice when you face most of these Zards. And Sable Zard's pretty fine of a matchup too. Hey, I don't feel so bad. At least the person that I lost to is doing well. So we didn't just get bodied by a scrub and then just packed up. I mean, we still are kind of packing up, but well, I'll try to go 4-2. Hopefully, I face like real opponents, playing real decks. Yeah. If his damage output was like a little bit better, because like 120 doesn't even kill like a baby guardy. Like that's so pathetic. Like they just baby guardy knock out your Klefki, and then what? Or even just like use big guardy, hit it for 120. Like so what? They just keep. Yeah, it doesn't trade very well into the big stuff. But maybe if it could like 2-hit, like it did like 170, maybe. But there's still stuff in. If there were nothing in format that could one-shot it, like we're in like a more 2-hit based format, then maybe. A lot would have to go right. 180 would have been perfect. Yeah, 200 180 is like, yeah, that would have been okay. Like you probably still aren't beating the Charizards and Guardians of the world, but at least you could like two hit V stars and VMAXs and EXs. Yeah, I think if it did like 180, like there'd at least be like some sort of like possibility it could succeed if it had like a good enough had good enough walls and the meta was right. I think with 120 base damage, unless there's like some sort of crazy way to buff up its damage, probably never gonna see play. Which is kind of sad because that does have one of the coolest attacks ever. Straight Tina, what are we doing here? Tina without Comfy. Bro forgot to put Comfies. Dang, like not even like, okay, no, it's like quad vacuum. What do we do? We're playing 4 vacuums. Oh, but Poke's up. I missed the Poke stuff. Yo, is this the sauce? Comfyless Tina? Just like go second, like Chorus Abyss Seeking. Pop off with a couple vacuums, but we're still playing like heavy Sableye and then we're like not ramping the Lost Zone very well. Interesting. I like the split of stadiums. It's, but they're like no tools, so you can use like 1 vacuum per turn. Yeah, this seems pretty scuffed. It'd be neat if there's ever a Lost Box deck or Lost Zone based deck that like tries to use Mirage Gate that exists like without Comfy. But they probably have to reintroduce more Lost Zone stuff for that to make that happen. Or to have like some like super easy way to find like vacuum plus tool. I've tried to get like a Turbo Sableye deck to work before, but it's really hard to play like 4 vacuums or 3 vacuums turn 1. Maybe we like Shaman EX or Dedenne to like draw a million cards, maybe. Four matches to go. Hey, there's Palkia 2-0, so what do I know? How is their list different than mine? Espeon Flying Peak, that was certainly epic. Hey, this is actually not too much different than mine. I'm playing 2-2. The barrel, I think, is kind of cool. Not playing Ice Rider, though. Discontents folding to Miraidon. Dang, if you're not beating Miraidon, then what are we beating? Yeah, back in the day when Tina didn't play like heavy paths, you could use like Espeon VMAX to beat it. Like Espeon plus Radiant Guardy was like such an annoying thing for them to deal with. So they wouldn't one-shot your Arc or Requiem yet. I think I built like a Arc Espeon Vulpix deck one time or something. I'm pretty sure I played it in a tournament. I don't think I did very well. I was like trying to cook up. Oh yeah, it was definitely this. Yeah, that was like peak Lugia stuff. It was just straight up Arc Espeon, like that was it, dang. And it seems so mid. Interesting. Not peak cooking. there's probably like, how did I ever beat Lugia? I'm pretty sure I like bricked most rounds. Goose 3-0. Well, when you hit a ton of Zards, then that's what's gonna happen. Like you've hit 3 favorite matchups. I would hope if you've done that with any deck, you'd be 3-0. Okay, 4 more. What's holding up the show here? For some reason, Palkia is. And then we have Blocklax, typical. Irida. And oh yeah, I think that was the plan. It was like put like V-Guard on my dudes and then like get Espeon set up. But like it was very cringe. Yeah, it was like extremely cope. I'm pretty sure I like lost a ton of flips that tournament too. Like I was like That one standard was kind of coin flip simulator based. It was not peak cooking though. I like really loved arc piles back then. Like I'm pretty sure there was like just a few turns before that I like played an arc pile also. Or a few turns later. Oh, this was a busted deck. This was so unrefined, but it was insane. Because basically Lugia scoops to this Dusknoir. Kind of. So, yeah, it was a big pile. This is peak arc pile. You had to have a way to get turn 2 Trinity Nova without double turbo, so you had to use Zacian and stuff. It was incredibly scuffed. This, yeah. It kind of worked though, a little bit. And then you have the Gardevoir Espeon for a, yeah, epic. I did not do very well. Then I played another arc pile and went 5-1. Oh yes. This is when I was just this is when I just spammed arc piles, I guess. Because like Vulpix with a wash energy on did sort of body Lugia. Kind of, because they could still Lugia V. So it wasn't perfect. And there's no Radiant Guardy here. How tragic. One Drapion beats Mew, surely, guys, right? Yeah, oh no, yeah, it did, because you could use the Vulpix VSTAR power. I put a ton of time into this deck, actually. But it was not that great of a deck, though. I haven't been Arcing V Union for a couple of turnies. That deck was fun. But yeah, I spammed a lot of arc piles. Even Arceus Espeon Corviknight. I did that too, apparently. There was that moment where Corviknight was good. I just got absolutely bodied up by like jank Lost Box deck. It's like Corviknight did a lot of damage. It like one-shot Palkia. Like that was pretty cool at the time. And could one-shot Tina and couldn't get quick shooting back. Oh well. There's a reason why I don't play arc piles today. I guess they're like the best deck I've ever made though as an arc. It's been so interesting to like document those like like some of those old projects. I guess I've had some of those on the channel also that are just like straight up scuff decks, so I just like try to cook up for a tournament that just don't do good at all. Man, but I wonder what was going on in my head there. Hey, 63% win rate. Cool. Just don't. can you drop, bro? Just win. Actually, win a couple times. Hit like 3 straight no shows. What tie there? 4-1-1 busted deck. Dang, actually forcing the tie is rather impressive. I guess you do have Judge and Iono, so you just like don't play too. You just don't play to win. That's still kind of cringe. I guess you're gonna have to though, because like Crab can come in and just start going aggro mill against you. No, wait, no, Blaze can cut Crab. I think, yeah. Not playing Crab in best of 1 is kind of a bold call. We're up against the Zarina. This is what happens when we lose the first 2 rounds. With the Judge call? Well, did you slow play? Played strategically for the tie? That's what I figured. Like, as long as you're just like instantly passing and then going Judge, then draw the rest of your deck. Like, as long as you're not like wasting time. Like, that's kind of the game you play when you don't play Crab. Because, yeah, that can happen. At least in best of 1. In best of 3, that's not working. So, up against the Zarina this round. Hopefully they check in. That'd be very sad if they did not. Bro could have just packed it up though, just fighting Zarina EX. Just, yeah. I think that's the lowest win rate thing on Limitless, right? Like, it got, no. Well, in terms of actually decks that have a moderate amount of plays, yes. I guess, yeah, Bro, I remember people like hyping up Xatu Valiant, like that was gonna be the big oppressive deck, and it was horrible. Dang, I nearly forgot about that. That people were so like going hype overload over Xatu Valiant. Valiant in general, like there's that like 3-day window when like Valiant was gonna ruin the world. Like Iron Hands had took a backseat to Iron Valiant. And then oddly enough, neither thing actually happened. Welp. Don't think we're getting a match here. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Hey, a couple drops. Dang, Vinny Fernandez 2.0 and Vinny Fernandez dropped. That's very disappointing. I need more tournaments today. I only went at 7:30, and I'm not streaming for that long. I might still do that depending on how big it is. If it's, how big is some of the? I think those are usually pretty late though, so they don't usually get so many people because they're like so American time unfriendly. Might do that. We'll see. Am I saying I have 2 accounts? It's not the same person with 2 accounts. It's probably just someone who changed their name strategically. I think it's probably Vinny and his brother, honestly. No, I did. There were some people who at one point would like play multiple tournaments on the same account at the same time, or playing the same tournament on multiple accounts at the same time. But like Prime Limitless, when like there were a lot more tournaments, a lot better tournaments. Yeah, there'd be like one person who's like playing in like a top cut match, was also trying to juggle playing another tournament at the same time. Like, I guess it's technically possible if you like scoop super early and like unwinnable games. I don't know. Does someone like wants to like if you're like trying to do well? I guess 2 accounts gives you better odds than 1. I definitely could not do it. That'd be really hard to. I feel like it'd be really easy to like mix up, like especially if you're going up against the same deck, like really easy to like mix up like what's happening. Like imagine if I'm like Lost Box on one, Moride on the other. So like 2 drastically different strategies like happening in your head at the same time. Maybe you're just built different and can handle that. Tragically, we're not going to get around here. Unless Bro comes in last second. I guess if there's enough like 2-1 drops and stuff, maybe a 4-2 can find a way. For 10 seconds, chat. Then we're getting our second dub. Palkia's undefeated against Lunar Rock and no shows. Pretty good. Hey, and my opponent from last round gets the no-show dub. That's awesome. Let's go, chat. We're out here doing big things. This deck is too good. Alright, let's play a ladder match then. I'm not gonna sit here talking about my jank list from the past. I actually get gameplay in this stream, so if someone's watching, why are you sending me a match, Chan? What are you doing? Well, I really don't want to play any more Palkia, but just for the sake of the stream, we will. Alright, let's actually like get real games against real decks, because I faced one real deck today. And we got absolutely bodied. Turns out when you I think that's probably why Palkia is such a bad play online, since like there's not much Mew and not much Miraidon. The deck doesn't have as many good matches as it would in real life. I guess that like I don't think it can't be that bad, right? Maybe it is. And probably the win rate is artificially dragged down by people who just play the Battle Arena deck. 3 mulligans? Really? Oof, I hope Radiant Greninja is prized. Or Mew. And we're going second. Up against Guardy? If these the numbers suggest that this should be a good matchup for us. Such a bad hand versus Zoroark. Well, you're not activating their reversal energies, so what can that? I mean, they can probably use Cleaver and attack you with that, or Scissor. And but you can like trap the Carlias and Gallias and stuff. Hey, nice top deck. How about both? And they got the mana feed down. The Cologne in hand, right? I don't even. Why am I price checking? I have the heavy ball in hand. I can be lazy. Hisuian Zoroark? Oh, hold up. It's double water and a switcher. Well, that's not great. I thought you were talking like regular Zoroark. Normal Zoro. You're saying H Zoroark. This matchup feels kind of bad 1 second. If I could go turn 2 Cologne switches on you. Can't lose another. Do they have anything that can get through Mimikyu? I guess they probably Gengar, but are they playing Psychic Energies? Maybe they could joust you a ton of times with a Klefki. I guess it kind of depends on what all they're doing with that. Kind of dope to go for a turn 1 Suicune knockout, but it's just not happening. Psychic Energies. And Gengar is more for each prize card that you have taken, that the player using it has taken, right? That sucks. Just what I needed. All 3 cross switchers in hand. No! Well, maybe I can still take a knockout. Maybe. I have to kind of like Mysterious Tail into Vessel. Vessel into Irida. Oh yeah, then we can cross switcher canceling. It's fine. I don't need to cross Cologne next turn necessarily. I guess it depends on how strong of a turn that my slow play for the tie with Iono. Yeah. It feels very rough to play Snorlax in best of one without Crab or Luxray. Especially open list. Like in closed list, they have to at least respect the idea of Crabominable. I thought Iono wasn't awful, I guess. I mean, yeah, at least gets me to a playable hands. But all my switchers go to the bottom, so we're like not using cross. Actually, their hand's pretty clunked if they're, well, they have a lot of good cards in hand if they're getting rid of a. I like looking over at Limitless here because I think this is my opponent. Oh, they're playing the Deoxys Guardy. Oh, nice Echoing Horn. That's pretty busted. Yay, we can put this, yeah, bench lock. Good. Alright. I kinda wanna shuffle the deck. Grab that for potential Irida. Hey, there is the there is Irida. Hey, I have knockout on the Deoxys. Really want it. I don't know if I want it though. It's kind of a lot to commit. I don't even get to attack. Is that really that bad? I guess they can evolve their guys up. Should have grabbed Vessels instead of Switchers. Absolutely bodied. Why Chien-Pao? I guess since they're down boss, they're like not doing anything to my bench. It's like a weird game of chicken. They're bench locked out. I guess they have Turo and probably a Collapsed. But it could be funny if it's just like who's to take the first prize here? I got Switchers, so I can eventually Switchers knock out Deoxys. What's top cut usually? This particular tournament has no top cut. So we're technically eliminated, but we're still vibing with a Palkia because it's not very good, but it is kind of fun. Dang. You weren't supposed to do that. I guess if I just hit it for like 260, it's like stuck. Psychic Embrace. And they can't really put 3 energies on a Miracle Force. Psychic Javelin is the play? Hold up. Psychic Javelin cracked. You're 2-1-2? I was gonna say, wait, what? I was like, how did you win and tie? Star Force just for the knockout wasn't play. Dang. Yeah, I was very confused there for a second. Okay, well, I gotta take the first 2 prizes. So that gets me to Cross Cologne gets me to, what are you getting rid of? Greninja? That's fine. I don't like, I don't honestly think it's better for them just to collapse the Deoxys or, but hey, I'm cool with this. But I get top 8. Well, there's no cut for this tournament, just so you know. It's just prizing for top 8. I guess, wait, that was how many bench Pokemon do I need to knock this dude out? 8, right? So I can bench everybody and get there. No, I can't. Yeah, that's no, I can't. Can I conceal cards into Collapsed? I was just like autopiloting. Well, this is awkward. I don't want to use switchers up on this. I just slap them. I'm already down Iono, so that feels awful. Actually, that collapse was pretty smart. Yeah, you probably get top pick. I just wasn't sure if you actually thought it was top cut or whatever. Yeah, I don't think I'm winning here. I can hit them for a lot of damage, though. That's kind of cool. Sure, and then they can't, like... I mean, they still knock out a Star Force, so I don't really know what I'm doing. We're having a good time. Benching everything. So actually was a smart collapse. I lied. Imagine I star raid. If that attack was not just these, like it was like 120 spread. No tournament scheduled for the 29th? Oh, no tournaments until the 29th. What? Oh, I mean, it's Star Force. I thought you were talking about like the Mewtwo one. Hey, that's rude. Yeah, we just lose. Okay, go next. What are you talking about? There's tournaments on the 28th. There's like 3 on the 28th. What are you talking about? Wow. I love when people comment without actually reading. Those are my favorite. Okay. Actually, I lied. No, the people who I enjoy the most who comment on my videos are the ones who obviously did not watch the video. Because they like criticize something about my list or ask me a question about my list. And I explain it in the video, so they would have just watched it. They would know what I think. Or hey, maybe they just ask the questions before they see that part of the video. It's more so the people who's like bash the heck out of my list like without even like watching it. Like that's my favorite part. Yeah. Or the people who are just like, you should definitely be playing this card in this deck. But like I just like say in the video like the reason why I'm not playing that card, like most of the time, they're like, okay. Nine matches left. Let's see if we can clutch out this 4-2. Maybe there's some more people that dropped, and we could sneak into top 8. I mean, my resistance is pretty decent. I mean, hey, they went 3-1 drop. I'll hit another Zard. Yeah, I don't think this is happening. I might just pack it up here. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna get no-shows and stuff. What is my opponent's win percentage? 63%. Yo, maybe we'll play till the next loss, I guess. Kind of wanted to make a video today. I still should have time. Oh well. You're telling me we're gonna have to play Palkia again. Very, very sad. Maybe I just run back. Wait, why does this one have no PCG live? Is it not on live? Oh. It says Pokemon TCG Live, but it's not actually on there. That's kind of goofy. That's psych. It's on the new it's on Michael Long's new client, new new Pokemon sim. So at Orno we have Gudra. Yeah, this turns before the 29th. There's quite a few. And not a ton, but there's, I mean, there's only one tomorrow. But there's quite a few on the 28th, 3 all at different times. But not this week's kind of light. Probably people still traveling and stuff. On people on vacation. Oh, that's weird. Maybe they're recently scheduled, I guess. Maybe you just had to refresh. Because like there are not too many people registered for them. Gudra won't actually beat the Tina? Yeah, I might do that. I might stream that. Like, how long would that be? Like, probably around 6 rounds plus cut. I don't know, I'm just like, I'm kind of hungry just to keep competing in these tournaments. So maybe that's the plan. We just drop from here and play that one later. That actually doesn't sound too bad. I really don't want to play any more. Yeah, I'm tired of this stuff. Okay. Yeah, because I definitely am not just gonna like stream me playing ladder for 4 hours up until that tournament start. And also, I probably can't win anything here. But there's like a chance. I'll probably, if it's big enough, I'll play block. Is it worth playing? I mean, it says prizing to be announced, so if you like want like practice for like I know you're going to Portland, so if you, I mean, it's better practice than just ladder. But like, is it worth it? Is it worth your time? I mean, it's probably not the best possible thing you could be using your time for. Oh, okay. So no pricing currently though, so probably gonna be none. Onlines are only fun with me? I don't know about that. Depends if it shows up. I can send the link to you, and surely that would get you there. It is always cool when there's like a ton of people in chat playing in the tournaments too, so I can face someone from chat. Or it's always like celebration, like yes, I hit a good matchup. Like no, I'm facing Zord. Like it's, that one tournament at Zoom was that was like the ultimate experience. And that was a while back now, but that was so fun. I hope they have something like this again. And it wasn't just fun because I did well either, so don't get it twisted. I was having a good time regardless. Yeah, you did have some pretty jank finishes with Moon. Like some pretty crazy Moonless. I was just like, okay, that's certainly a result. How long will it take? Well, assuming that it's 6 rounds, which is probably fair. That'd be 3 hours. Then there's Top Cut. So probably if you made it through the whole thing, probably close to 5 hours. So that would be pretty late for you. One Guardy Mirror moments. What's Optima Pro's win percentage rip? Got to show up correct. So I'm assuming that this Guardian Mirror is going to time. So I guess a tie is not that bad if we're trying, but they're probably not gonna go. Probably not going 3, 2, 1. I suppose it's a possibility. I saw the top cut. There is no top cut, so no. It's just 6 rounds. Your brain is hurting? I get that. Just like play a deck like Turbo Miraidon. Just turn your brain off. Hey, Miraidon does have more skill expression than I think people give it credit for. Bruh. Guardian Mirror, go crazy. Okay, good. They've actually finished. So hopefully some of these 3-1s decided to pack it up. And I want to see what I'm curious to see what my opponent's win percentage is. Okay. Well, let's see. I am at 2 and 2, 50%. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. 3-1 drop though, pretty clean. If this is another no-show, okay, we're up against Tord Pile. He's tired of playing today in general. I get that. There's like there is that point where you just played so much in one day. It's just like let's do something else. There was one day I was like testing like a month ago. I just like sat here for like 4 hours straight playing Pokemon without getting up. And by the end of it, I was trying to lost mine with 7 and lost. So I was like, let's not play any more Pokemon today. Christmas challenges at your league? Like a league challenge? I mean, either way, sounds like a tournament of some sort, so best of luck. Yeah, I've okay. Well, that sounds like fun. I've tried to lost mine with less than 10. NAC, I tried to Requiem with 7. That was almost bad. I think I tried to Requiem with 8. You spit with 3. How many push-ups can I do in a row? No. I've not done a push-up in a minute, so probably not many. I would not exactly call myself in peak physical shape, so probably not. Well, that's pretty cool. How do you accidentally lost mine with 2 though? Because like usually it's like at like late in the game, you're just like, okay, I have to lost mine here, but it's like, oh, I've drawn kind of bad, so I can't. Every time you lose. I think this hand kind of stinks. We're up against the Lost Box. I want the Fleet-Footed card. That's how tough times are. There's Mew. There's Irida. There's Pass. So, hey, I could get the turn 2 Cross Cologne. I don't think Tord was playing Manaphy though. It's just a Tord box style deck. Okay, they don't have much. That's cool. Rewarded for playing Tord box. You love to see it. Fleetfoot. Hey, Battle VIP Pass, my favorite card in the deck. Greninja's price. Unfortunate. I can't even do any damage with Blizzard Rondo. That's funny. Okay. Blizzard Rondo for 60. Oh, it's worth it. Just knock them out. So yeah, we can just do this. Finds a melon? No, I guess we got another Irida. Because Melony is not gonna do us any good. No, I'm not much for, I'm not really a big Disney fan, and I'm not really a big amusement park kind of thing either, so so no, none of the above. Hey, we just drew Ninja. So they have a rope, Chad. Hold up, they're not cooked. They're cooking. We're gonna scam a win at a lost box? Oh no, they benched the Kyogre. Oh, they jetted back into Kyogre. This is bad. This is really bad. We're doing 60 damage. Let's find another one. You. Let's find one of those. Rose trying to hopefully I like we fly into Orlando like Friday or something, and hopefully I play all day Saturday, all day Sunday. That'd be the play. I don't even have time to go to a place like Disney. So I got to bench one more to knock them out. Right. No, I was knocking them out. I can't do math. Yeah, 5 plus 100 plus 20 is 120. Oh! I guess I only had 1 or 2 bench guys last time. Right? Yeah, I hit them for 80 and only had 2. Cool. Hey, they top like the chorus. They're not. They voluntarily benched Rotom? That's pretty bad. You're against Zard, right? And are they not? Like, if they're playing Minior, I suppose it's like passable. Okay. I just bossed the Comfy. I would not be surprised if they can see on the spot here. I probably should have fleet-footed, but it's okay. What's crazy is like my hand isn't even good. Like, I'm winning this game. It's like not even because anything I did. It's just my opponent has done nothing. I'm gonna attach the water to the ninja to set up the another Moonlight Shuriken, because I'll definitely be needing that this game. No mini or just Taro? Dang, that feels... I mean, that makes your job a lot easier. You don't have to hit 2 Ericos to win. Because then, if they're using Taro, they're not putting it back. Or they're not, like, shuffling their deck or taking it out of the hand. My opponent is admirably sticking around here. Their Culver's Lost sound. I wonder if they're trolling at this point. No. Ooh, are they gonna do Abyss Seeking? No. So let's play Escape Rope. Did they give me the Tina? That'd be interesting. No. Suicune's carrying. Oh, okay. It's thin. They play any sort of like Roxanne or any... No, they have no sort of hand disruption, so we're just chilling here. I guess if they do kill the Suicune, I somehow do not have a way to do anything after that. And somehow, I mean, they don't have any sort of way to hit 7 this turn. Right? Yeah, there's no vacuum. There's a TM Devo, but we have no vacuum. Dang. This is even more busted Pokestop. This is even more jank than actual Tord box. I probably should have gone back here. I don't know. I'm just trolling at this point. Just thinking like deny the spit knockout. Okay, let's thin the Cologne. Let's hit for 140. Suicune taking all 6 prizes. Let's go. Yeah, because they could have had like the solo Tina there and maybe could have done something. But yeah, Suicune said no. I've like drawn half of my deck with a Fleet-Footed also, so yeah, I thought Suicune were not in this game. I think Pokestop being pretty nice actually. At least nice for a Pokestop standards. But they have to get a Comfy down just to hit 7. Because they're on all their Choruses. And they're using Rod to check back in Pokemon. They only have... I guess that they do play 3 Rods. Okay. I guess they could still Kyogre and like take 4 prizes. Or hey, they get like Iron Hands for 3, then go Boss Iron Hands for another 3. No. No, it's not happening. Wow. Let's take a look here at the list, but it's very it's very much a pile. Yeah, right here. I think it's sort of 1 and a, oh, that was down. That was a down pair to a 1 and 3. I mean, like they have. You have like I guess it's more outs than a lot of Lost Box decks have Takolris. But still, you just have so many 1-ofs and like thin lines of cards. Like you're playing 6 total switching cards. You're playing 1 of like all your Pokemon. What I don't like is my this bro's like complaining in Limitless chat about like how bad they're drawing. When like you're playing a pile, like you're not playing the most consistent deck. So I don't think that gives you like license to. I'm not saying like you can't be upset. Like you can be upset, but it's kind of silly when you're playing such a goofy deck. Like you put all these silly cards in one deck, and like you honestly expect it to work. Like you're playing 1 Grass Energy. Like you can like hardly attack with Giratina. You play so few Switch Stick, you can't really get between Comfies to draw cards. So I don't know what you expect. Bro did win 1 game though. So still Palkia is undefeated against fake decks. It's faced 3 of them. No, it lost to a fake deck. It's undefeated against piles and no shows. I think my most win percentage is so garbage I can't even cut anyway. Or not cut, but get prizing. So instead of like waiting 17 minutes for another round just to face another pile or no show, I think I'm gonna call it here. But probably we'll be back here at 7:30 Central Time to play in that other tournament. Unfortunately, Palkia is just not it. I just don't think the deck is really that great. Yeah, I was kind of like budget toward pile. Like you're just so mediocre into everything. Like you do have a couple favorite matchups, but I don't. if you had, if you're like 50-50 like everything versus like 50-50 into like 5 decks and then like lose to the rest, I think this deck would be better. And also, if it just gets behind, like you're just staying behind. Like you've won Iono for like a comeback card, and if you don't have that super strong turn 1, you are just not finding your Pokemon. And I guess you could build the list differently to have more nest balls and stuff to be stronger throughout the course of the game. But still, Palkia, it's a fun deck. I'm honestly, after playing it here for the matches on stream, I'm very surprised that it has gotten 2 top 4s this format. But I guess if you just like if you just totally dodge Tina like both people did, and you face only a couple Zards, and you face mostly Miraidons and Entei Valiants and Mews, like yeah, you can win games. So yeah, we still have to find the. I've not been doing so good on the challenge lately. We've been like 4 turns in a row without a solid finish. I guess like we got top 8 with Lax, which is like solid but not good enough because the deck's win rate is good. But I appreciate y'all for hanging out. I promise to bring a better deck later. But yeah, have a great rest of your day, and until next time.